Hi Hillcrest, this is Miss Gabby. I am missing you all so very much, but I hope you're doing well. If you want, you can message me on Class Dojo. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm excited to share this story with you today. It's a story that kind of talks about what's happening right now with the school closures and coronavirus. It's called The Story of the Oyster and the Butterfly, the Coronavirus and Me. I'm going to read this story to you, and there's also going to be points during the story where I tell you to pause the video and do something. You're going to need some paper and markers or a pen or a pencil next to you while we do this. So when I say pause, make sure you know where the pause button is on the screen. It's two little lines that look like that. You're going to pause the video and do whatever I'm telling you to do in the activity. Then you'll start the video again and keep playing. All right, so we're going to read The Story of the Oyster and the Butterfly, the Coronavirus and Me. And this is a story written by Anna M. Gomez. Do you know what oysters do when something that bothers and irritates them comes into their lives? They use their special powers to cover the bothering stuff with layers and layers of powerful stuff until they turn it into a pearl. Do you know what a pearl is? A pearl is something that's very small, much smaller than that, like this size. Sometimes you see it in jewelry. They can be white or pink or like a black and gray color, and they're very shiny and beautiful. So the oysters turn that piece of dirt that got into their shell and was bothering them like a rock in your shoe into this beautiful pearl that is very valuable and people pay a lot of money for and put in jewelry. And do you know what the caterpillar does when it has to go through tough stuff and changes? It spends time with itself inside a cocoon, and it changes into a butterfly. At its most difficult moments, the caterpillar is actually building its wings. The coronavirus has come into our lives, not only for you, but for people all over the world. Did you know that right now, most kids in the world are not going to school? Most kids in the world are like you, having to do school online and from their home. However, we can do what the oyster does and create a pearl from it, or what the caterpillar does and build our wings. Having to deal with yucky things can bring lots of feelings, thoughts, and sensations into our bodies. We may feel lonely, scared, angry, or frustrated. We may feel sad because we miss friends or family. We may have mixed up thoughts, and our bodies might feel really tense. Those are all really normal feelings to have during this time of changes. Changes are really hard, and this change that has happened with the coronavirus, even though it's a temporary change, it is a very hard and unexpected change. So it's normal to feel all of those big feelings. I felt a lot of those feelings recently, and I bet your grown-ups have as well. Feelings need to come out and tell their stories. So, what I want you to do is take your piece of paper and your pencil, and you're going to pause the video, and I want you to draw a picture of your feelings right now. Draw a picture of how you're feeling right now about not being at school, how your days are going, what kind of feelings you're having. So pause the video and then press play when you're done. All right, I am so excited to see those pictures. The next thing we're going to draw is we're going to draw or write, so either write a list or draw a picture of the thoughts that you are having. And you might be saying, what's the difference between thoughts and feelings, Miss Gabby? Let me tell you. The thoughts are the words that we are kind of hearing in our head about how we're feeling. So for example, if I was playing with some friends and then they said, I don't want to play with you anymore, and they walked away, how would I feel? Really sad, maybe angry. But what are the thoughts that I might be thinking when that happened? Maybe I'm thinking, my friends don't like me, or they like somebody else more. Those are my thoughts, and the feeling that I'm having maybe is sadness. So I want you to pause the video and draw or write the thoughts that you're having right now. Pause. All right, now we're going to draw a picture of the feelings and sensations you are having in your body. Does your body feel like a noodle or hard like a rock? Does it feel light or heavy? Let's listen to what the body is saying. Listening to your body can be really hard sometimes. I know for me, when I'm feeling worried or anxious, my jaw gets really tight, I clench my teeth, and my heart starts beating really hard. Sometimes I feel a little sweaty. Sometimes my face gets red. Sometimes my tummy just feels kind of like gurgly. Those are all feelings that happen in my body when I'm feeling worried or upset. So I want you to stop right now and think about the feelings you're having and pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your head, your shoulders, your chest, your tummy, your legs, your feet, your arms, your mouth. What's happening in your body? Now pause and make that list. Pause. All right, welcome back. When we don't feel good, we can do what the oyster does. We can use our powers and create our own pearls. Let's see how we can use our powers. Superpower number 1. We can use the powers of our bodies to stay safe. We can do things that will keep us far away from the coronavirus. These are things like being out of school. We can also follow other safety standards like washing our hands a lot, helping our grown-ups disinfect our house, staying 6 feet away from other people when you're outside, and wearing a face mask when you're outside. Power number 2. We can visit our feelings to hear what their voices are saying. Sometimes when we're having a big feeling or an uncomfortable feeling, it's really easy to just ignore it because it doesn't feel good. But when we listen to our feelings and we talk about our feelings with a friend or a trusted adult, we start to feel better. If our feelings are getting too big, too hot, or too cold, we can do things to cool them down or warm them up. Ignoring feelings does not help us. Remember, feelings are messengers, and the more we listen and talk about them, the better we will feel in the long run. Power number 3. We can be kind and loving towards our feelings and have compassion for them. Sometimes when I feel sad, I get frustrated with myself and I say, "Come on, Miss Gabby, can't you just feel better?" But we should be just as kind and loving towards ourselves as we would be to our friends. And remember to have compassion, and remember that these feelings are really normal to have right now. And most people in the world are having some big feelings about this. Superpower number 4. We can visit our needs and see what will make us feel better. Do we need a hug? Or do we need a grown-up, someone to tell us that things are going to be okay? Do we need to talk to someone we trust? Think about what makes you feel better when you're having these really big feelings. And then do that for yourself. Power number 5. We can use the power of breathing. Breathing can help calm our minds, hearts, and bodies. Many of you know lots of breathing and mindfulness strategies from Miss Susie or from your teachers. Use some of those strategies when you're having really big feelings, and it will make your feelings smaller and more manageable. Power number 6. We can cocoon like the caterpillar and spend time with ourselves and the people and pets really close to us. The butterfly reminds us that in yucky or difficult moments, we may just be building our wings. Power number 7. Maybe we can find space to connect with our team of helpers. Can you draw or write who you want to have on your team? A person, pet, friend, superhero, or anyone else that feels safe to have on your very own team. All right, so in a minute, you're going to pause again, and you're going to write a list of the people that are your helpers. Who are the people that make you feel better? So it could be a teacher, it could be one of your parents, it could be an auntie or a neighbor. I want you to pause now and make that list of your helpers. Power number 8. Then you can use the butterfly dance by crossing your hands on your chest, just like this, and tapping back and forth like the butterfly wings. When we do this motion on our bodies, it helps our bodies and our minds to calm down. Try it with me now. Good job. That's a tool that you can use anytime because you always have your hands with you. Power number 9. You can dance like a gorilla where you think about a happy moment in your mind. Let's tap your chest back and forth like a gorilla. So you don't have to do this, but the point is, if you do something that's really silly or out of the ordinary, sometimes doing that can actually trick your mind into feeling better. This could even be something like putting on some of your favorite music and dancing, or if you have a little sibling or a baby in your house, doing something really goofy and silly with them. Often it makes us feel better, even if we're not feeling it in the beginning. Power number 10. You can also find a place where you feel happy and safe. Can you draw that place? When you have it, let's stomp our feet as we march together. So, another great strategy to use is thinking about a happy place or a safe place. I want you to think about a place that you feel the most calm and safe and happy. For some kids, it might be their bed. Some kids, maybe it's outside, maybe in the Hillcrest garden. It could be sitting in your grandma's lap. It could be cuddling with your dog. Everyone has different happy places, but I want you to pause and write that down or draw a picture of it now. Power number 11. We can sing, we can hum, we can dance, or we can jump. Using things like music or movement also are ways that your body can trick your mind into feeling better if you're having all these worried, anxious feelings. So listening to music, singing, getting active, so getting some exercise, those are all great strategies. Power number 12, we can connect through our hearts. All we have to do is imagine a long special cord that goes from your heart all the way to the hearts of the people we love. You all have cords connecting back to the grown-ups at Hillcrest who love you so much. And you each have all of these cords also connecting to the other grown-ups, your helpers, and friends. Because the biggest power we have is the power to love ourselves and to love the ones around us. In many places around the world, we can't touch each other or be close to our friends and family right now. However, we can still carry them and be very close to them in our hearts. Remember, we are full of special powers inside. We are not alone. We can join in and use all our powers as one, build our wings, and create many pearls together. Now let's create the oyster and the butterfly song. We can invite all of our feelings because even when we're sad and scared, we can sing together. Remember, you're not alone. We are all in this together. All right, Hillcrest, send me a message if you have anything to say about this or if you want to share any of your answers to me. You can send me a message on your class dojo. Talk to you soon. Bye.